Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I have been following this series. I have been on a journey to create 100 pieces of journal ephemera using simple index cards. Today is video number 9 and we're getting close. The project brings our total to 78 cards used, and I'm so proud of every one of them. Today I'll be showing you how to create this layered pocket using only 3 index cards. It's an easy project, perfect for beginners, and such a lovely way to use what you already have and still create something that is vintage, beautiful, and very useful. So for this project you're gonna need 3 index cards, as you can see here. You're gonna need scissors. I love this from the brand Stanley, it's really my favorite. Then you're gonna need a ruler. I'm using in this case this one that has a 0 mark, but any ruler really will do. I just use this because I just find out that this ruler exists on the world and I couldn't go without this. You're gonna need a circle punch or scissors if you don't have these. It's really optional actually. You need glue. I'm gonna be using this one that is the liquid glue, is the regular school glue. In this project I'm gonna be using also distress ink. This one is vintage photo from Tim Holtz, but you can just use any other brand that you have. You're gonna need some ephemera to decorate. I'm just gonna use the regular neutral ephemera that I have. And optional, you can use this bone folder for crisp folds. I really like this one because it's small and very practical. Okay, for this part you're gonna need 2 index cards, and you will need to trim 1 inch total. Index cards have total of 12 lines each, so you will need to cut 2 of them. You can use your scissors, but because I have this available, I'm gonna use a trimmer. Okay, in one of the trimmed cards, use a circle punch or the scissors to make half a circle notch at the top. I kind of eyeball this, but it's right in the middle. Now I'm gonna use my distress ink and I'm gonna distress all around the card on this one, including this part and only the top of this other card. Now the 2 parts are distressed, I'm gonna cut a little bit in the bottom because this is a little bit too tall for my purposes. You can eyeball this, but I'm cutting about 2 centimeters of the 2 cards together. I'm cutting them together on purpose because I'm gonna paste them together, so both cards are gonna have the same size. Once they are trimmed, glue the 2 cards together. Apply glue to the left, right, and bottom sides only. This top will stay open. Make sure that the notch card is in the front and the lines of the index cards are visible, meaning that this shouldn't be like this. I like the effect of the vintage cards, so I like when the lines of the cards are visible. Grab your third index card and make a mark in the middle of the card. In my case, this is the middle. Then use your ruler and mark ½ centimeter above the center in one side and half of an inch below the center on the other side. Then make a diagonal line and use your scissors to cut. These two pockets are gonna be pasted in different angles, so you can choose to put this like this, or you can decide to put this one like this and this one like this. In my case, I prefer to see the lines of the index cards, so I'm gonna do this. Distress your cards on the top to both of them. Then let's go back to the original piece and we're gonna make a fold here, one line each, which is ½ of a centimeter in each side. Use your bone folder to make the fold crisp if you prefer. Whatever is left over, you can trim with your scissors, like so. Then do the same at the bottom. I usually like using my ruler to make a straight line, and I make a line in the bottom like so. And then also using my ruler, I like pushing the bottom to the ruler like so. And then I can use my file folder to make sure that this is straight and the edges are crisp, like so. Then cut on the sides, diagonal cuts, so you can adjust to the main pocket easily. Fold it and then decorate before you paste it. I will be using this half of a reproduction of French hats and this tiny black and white flower. Cut any excess and paste it in place. Using your ruler, make a straight line and make a mark on the other side. This is going to indicate you where to paste the second part. As I said, the reason because we don't decorate this pocket is because this is going to be the only visible portion. Fold your other pocket or diagonal piece, and this is where you're going to paste the other piece. Make a fold right here in one of the lines just to make sure that you're putting this in the right position. I like it pasting it right in the back of this pocket, and this is going to allow you to see also in the back of the pocket where you have to paste or cut. So right there, and then you can go ahead and fold the rest of the pocket like so, and you know where exactly make the fold at the bottom. In that way, the pocket is always going to be aligned. Once you folded this and everything is in the place, that you feel comfortable having. Trim the excess and paste it. This will give you enough space to put as much ephemera as you can between the pockets. And also you have room enough to put more ephemera right here in the top. Now it's time to decorate this part. And for this I'm gonna be using neutral tones to help the index card remain in the focus. I love the challenge of making something beautiful and useful from what I already have. So we're gonna start by putting the half of the French advertisement reproduction that I have, and I'm gonna put this right in the edge like so. I'm having these paper cuts that I had from a long time ago. I make some mini stickers that I ran out of, but when I tested in regular paper, and this is the result of that. So instead of putting that in the trash, I decided to use it as well. Another use for the bone folder is just straightening it out when you're pasting. It helps a lot to move the glue from one place and having straighter and not bump edges on the pieces that you paste. And I finally will paste this handmade flower, paper flower that I made, and I can put it right here. I think it looks really cute, and it still lets me see the index cards in the bottom. I finally will add an accent to this pocket by using this number stamp, and it looks pretty good here. Finally, I will fill out this pocket by adding some ephemera. So I found these tickets that fit exactly and perfectly in this pocket, and they still give me this peekaboo effect in the top, which I love. And I also decided to use more French reproduction ephemera because I really love the color. This is in a dove kind of color in the back, and you can put some more right here. I'm gonna try not to cover this flower that we beautifully put in there. Finally, I'm gonna tack also a beautiful purple flower over here that I think is very perfect to the project that we have, which is very eco-friendly. And that is it for today's project. A single pocket but with 3 layers and so much personality. It brings our total to 78 index cards used, and I can't wait to see how you make this your own. Leave me a comment with your card count, or just say hello, like, share and subscribe if this inspires you. See you next time.